Hello everyone, it's Shel from Paper Octio Studio. I hope everyone had a great holiday, whatever holiday you do. You know what I'm saying? I did. I had fun with family and friends, and I received some art toys to play with, which I haven't installed into my studio yet. I need to do, an overhaul in there. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Today I'm sharing with you a canvas that I quickly made as a gift. I have one person in my family who really enjoys art and keeps asking for more. So I decided to do this canvas. I started out with a canvas that's been in my studio for a while that I had never completed. I started this one when I did a few lessons of Lifebook. I didn't even finish Lifebook. It's so sad. But I wanted to make this canvas, and I wanted to make it in an Arizona style, but I never really liked it. I never finished it. It's just been sitting around, so I decided to use it as my first layer of a mixed media canvas idea that I had to make for a gift. So I started out by using my 2-inch brayer to put some white gesso in areas that I thought were going to be too dark, just to kind of even out the background. It does have pen on it, like black pen. I didn't want the black pen lines to show particularly. Just thought I would use the color palette that's there to make my new idea. And there is a amusing story, amusing in my head, to why I made this for this specific person. He has an affinity, I think, and he won't speak about any of this. He doesn't talk about anything private or personal, but I think he likes redheads. And I think that he has a girlfriend that he refuses to acknowledge. Nowadays with the millennials, it's just a friend who is a girl, but I think it's his girlfriend. And I think that she has the most gorgeous, beautiful red hair. She's a fox. She's a red fox. So I won't ever tell him. He doesn't watch my videos, as far as I know, so he will never know. But in my head, in my weird little head, I wanted to make this red fox in a forest piece of art for him. So the first thing that I did was to draw using my mechanical graphite pencil, and I sped that up real fast because I know you can't really see it. It's hard to see on the video, but I can see where the lines are. And I drew kind of a horizon line that's going to be a snowy area, and then some trees. He lives up in the northern part of Arizona, which is pine trees and mountains and ski, stuff like that. I bet you guys didn't know that. Arizona isn't all desert. It does have a whole mountainous range up where, excuse me, where the Grand Canyon is, and all that type of stuff. It's got pine trees and it snows there. So once I completed my drawing, then I blended the graphite using a blending stump, and then now I'm just basically finger painting. And I did a huge amount of finger painting on this. I was needing to hurry. I wanted to get this done. I wanted to get it wrapped. I've been extremely busy with non-Christmas things, but I was still trying to keep Christmas normal, keep, bake and cook and have the tree and the presents and everything. And usually I do give a lot of art presents, but this year, this is the only one that I got completed so far. But I do intend to send some others later that I started and never completed. I'll get there. It's just that with the funerals and everything, I just didn't have time. So I started with white gesso, some more white gesso, and I'm just putting in areas that, well, obviously the face of the fox and the chest of the fox has white fur, and then the white area is the little snowy area. And then up above, there was a little bit of places that I thought were too red. that would compete. I'm sorry, my throat is all gunky. I thought that red up at the top where the sky area of the canvas would be was too red and would compete with the rusty reds and oranges I was planning on putting in the fox fur. So the the paint that I'm using in the most part is a medium body, or it could be, I guess it could be considered a heavy body. I don't think it's as heavy body, but it's the Liquitex Basics acrylics, which is a student grade, in a tube type paint. And that's what I'm using for when I do all the finger painting, except for I do throw in a couple fluid paints later that are from DecoArt because I need more colors, obviously. I don't have that many colors in the heavier body paints. I have more of the fluid paints because that's what I generally prefer. I also have the orange from the Dilutions paint, and I will list all the colors that I used on this project down below and put links to where you can purchase them if you would like to. So still finger painting, I'm actually finding a whole bunch of satisfaction as I'm doing this. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a great time. My only frustration on this painting is that I didn't like how the fox's face turned out. And if I had it still, I would work on it some more and make the face, the ear on the left come down a little bit to widen out the face and maybe widen out the eyes a little bit. Maybe, I'm not sure what it is, but the fox did turn out looking very wise and very, I don't know. To me, it just looks like its expression is like, I know stuff you don't know. And I think that my own personal belief is that animals do know a lot more than we attribute to them. I think that they understand the environment better than we do. I think that they can sense things happening to our world that we are oblivious to. So that's why I named the painting Wise Fox. I could have made it Sexy Red Fox, but I thought that would be a clue to my strange beliefs in redheads and foxes, and it's all in my head, and I'm sharing it with you people because I don't think you'll ever find out. Just to add color to the whole project, but yeah. Anyway, it's only funny to me. I think it's only funny to me, but it's funny to me. So once I was happy with where I blocked in most of the color, I got a small brush and I'm kind of using that to do more, to put colors in where my finger's just too fat. You know what I'm saying? The brush is smaller, my finger's too fat. Then I still was kind of bothered by some of that red in the background, so I did add in some more cool colors, a little bit more gesso, some more yellow, some more green and teal colors in the background. So I thought that the underpainting here, the one that I had started, would show through more when I started the project, and I kind of wished it did because it had a lot of interesting geometric shapes and lines, but it ended up getting pretty much all covered up. And I really do wish that I had had more time to work on this one, because I think I would have maybe done some more collaging, added in some text paper or tissue paper or something, just, I don't know, and messed around more with the fox's face. As I'm watching this, I'm thinking, I wish I would have had more time, but I just didn't. I needed to get the present done, so I like it, don't love it, you know? You know how that is? I like it, I don't hate it, I think it's okay, but I would have worked on it more. I would have changed a few more things. Or just added a few more things. Just because that's me. So after I've got those more sunny colors in the background, a little bit more yellow, a little bit more orange, and then of course some more cooler colors to cover up the reds that were bothering me, I figure that sunshine at the top is shining down and making it a sunny day in the woods with the snow on the ground. The kind of clear, crisp day where everything smells good. Up in, and you're hiking in the woods with the pine trees, and it's all smells clear and clean and crisp. That's the kind of day I was going for. Then I'm starting to add in some shadow areas using some blues and blacks mixed in. I got Prussian blue and Payne's gray, and then also some carbon black out. And I'm adding detail, adding shadows, and then of course now doing some white and adding in like whiter whites than what my finger had put on there with the gesso. This is a white, titanium white acrylic. Just for more definition, because the finger painting, it puts the colors in the areas that you want, but you can't really do like a fine line. And you know my affinity for lines and outlines and things like that. So I can't just leave it all fuzzy and furry. I've got to like make lines, outlines, details, things like that, because that's just how my art is. I need to stop fighting it and just realize that that's how it is. And I did fuss with the face a lot because I wasn't satisfied with it, and I didn't think it looked exactly right. I thought it looked more like a wolf or a dog than a fox, and I just couldn't figure out inside my head what I needed to change to make it look more fox-like. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't figure it out, and I didn't have time to go look on the internet and look at some pictures and figure out why my pure foxiness wasn't coming out the way that I wanted it. And I know people will comment and they'll say, "Oh, it's fine, it looks great," but it's a personal thing. It's like I personally was not satisfied with the shape of the fox, the shape of his face, her face, its face. I guess I should have put a big pink bow on its head and said it's a she, and then that would have been funny. But it's not funny. It's not funny, people. It's not funny to make fun of people. As it is. When they're in your family, it is. Also, I was making the face slightly a 3/4 portrait, like slightly turned. So that's the reason that the one ear is larger than the one that's supposed to be towards the back, and the nose, the tip of the nose part of the nose, not the snout, but the nose was supposed to be slightly, not exactly smack center in the middle of the snout. And then one eye was supposed to be slightly smaller because the face was turned just a little bit. Supposed to be. That's if you're wondering why there's a difference between the size of the ears and the size of the eyes and things like that. It was to give the idea that the fox's face was turned slightly. That was my concept. So still adding in shadows, highlights, deepening the eyes to make them look more like they're pushed back, and highlighting the end of the nose to try to make it look like it's coming out. That type of stuff. And you would think that I was using black when I was doing that, but I wasn't. I was actually using Prussian blue. And of course, then going back into the reds and the rusts and deepening the side of the head there, trying to make the neck look more separated from the head. I'm going to have to go and look up all those colors because I don't really know what their names are. I only know that I went by my natural instinct towards color and not necessarily like, oh, I need to use some burnt sienna. You know, it's not how I think. I just look at the colors and say to myself, that's the color that I need. I need that ready rusty color and I need that orangey yellowy color, and you know what I'm saying? I don't think like an artist. I don't think like in terms of all that technical stuff. So when I do make my color lists and everything for you guys, I have to go and look and figure out. That's all still on my desk. I haven't cleaned up my studio since I made this painting. It's all just sitting right there. It'll be easy. But I don't do a whole lot of color mixing, although I do. I was mixing that the rusty color with some of the blue color to make more of like a dark brown. To make a darkish brown. And this is where I'm fine-tuning the eyes. Adding in some white, adding in some golden color. I think fox's eyes have like really luminescent yellowy gold colored eyes, I think. That's my idea anyway. And then, of course, my incessant need to outline. I took that Payne's Gray and like made some furry outlines all the way around. That brings the focal image to the front and makes it. But did I really need to make it in the front? I mean, it's obvious that the fox is the focal image. I don't really think that anyone would think that the trees are the focal image. But I just have to do it. I just have to outline things. And then I went back in with white highlights with the titanium white paint here and there, and yawn. Just to kind of soften that harsh dark color around the edge, I guess is what I was doing, but to give you the illusion that the fox is furry, which they would be. I've never actually touched one, but I do think that they're furry. I think they're adorable though. I would pet one if I had the opportunity. I would hold a little fox and cuddle and pet it if it let me. Just don't think that a wild animal is going to let me do that. I'm not some type of forest fairy or something where I can interact with wild animals. Darn it! Maybe in another life I'll be that. Maybe I'll be reincarnated into something that can really interact with these amazing creatures. Wouldn't that be cool? That'd be cool. Of course, there wouldn't be all the creature comforts of home, like, you know, home-baked sugar cookies with frosting, which are downstairs. And the fudge and peanut brittle I plan to make today when I get around to it. And, yeah, if I was a forest fairy flitting around the forest communing with foxes, I would miss candy. I would. And chocolate. And, you know, ambrosia salad. I made ambrosia salad in honor of my mother-in-law because that was one of her recipes, and oh, that stuff is good. It's simple to make and really good. I don't know. I liked it. So then I went and got some greens, and I'm doing just like a really, really simple, non-detailed version of a pine tree here, just splattering it on, just splatching it on with the brush. And then adding in some little bit of definition with that Payne's Gray on the edges, just to bring them out slightly on the edge of the tree trunks, you know? Stuff like that, adding some more highlights. This is just my finishing stuff. So if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave me a comment because I miss you guys. I haven't been around that much. Give it a thumbs up, please. And of course, you can share it or whatever on your social media stuff if you want to. And you can subscribe if you haven't already, because I do plan to have a full and fun 2017 full of art. So I don't want you guys to miss that. And that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.